Hi friends. I just watched the Taylor Swift documentary. I actually watched it twice, and I watched the Lady Gaga documentary, and these are all the ones that are on Netflix. I watched the Lady Gaga one just to like get a buffer, and because the first time I watched it, like I didn't get it. Like I'm actually not like a natural fan of Taylor Swift. I always thought it like I've never bought into her victim mentality, and I never bought into her music or anything like that. But I took notes and like while I was watching the documentary, and I kind of I think there's a couple of things that she can learn from Lady Gaga, but I also want to say I think she has reached she realizes that she's reached the peak of her career already. Like she's hit the ceiling. In the documentary, you do see a lot of clips from her childhood about her, as a child singer, and it seemed like she was this like songwriting prodigy, and she just seemed like this really sweet girl that didn't really comment on a whole lot, wasn't really opinionated a whole lot, and she was told by the record execs like, hey, you can't like comment on things. But it's like, that's not, to me, like, that's not exactly groundbreaking. You're like, I noticed a lot through the documentary that, whenever she comes up with a thought, I think she thinks it's like so groundbreaking, but it's really not. Like she was trained to be happy, and it just. At like 14, at timestamp 1447, she literally says, yes, this is happening. How can I make it not go away? And I'm just thinking, goodness, that's like fear of abandonment. And also she mentioned in like the first 3 minutes that like, I was taught to basically be a people pleaser. I'm kind of paraphrasing there. But she was basically taught to be a people pleaser. And like, I think a way for her to get out of that, she really needs to branch out and lean into like multiple sources of confidence, because it seems like a lot of her confidence has really come from her career, and it happens, that is a usually a secure way of having consistent confidence is like from your work, from your career and stuff. She seems dependent on praise. She's very close to her mom, and I just remember like thinking like, gosh, it's kind of sad that she's so dependent on praise. There is like a moment towards the end of the documentary where she says, people that get into this industry, they're naturally insecure and they want that praise, and it's like, again, not groundbreaking. Taylor seems like she's surrounded by people that are on her payroll. Like, you only really see one side of them, and it feels like you only really see one side of her. There are a few moments where she interacts with like a childhood friend, and there was a moment where she was talking with her mom and her dad, and she got upset because she really wanted to say her like political beliefs and stuff. There's like a moment that she has with Todrick Hall, but to be honest, I felt like that was a reach, because it's like Todrick Hall, he's great, but I mean it seemed like a reach because like Todrick Hall, and like he doesn't even pay his staff, so why are you like bragging on being friends with this dude? And then having like the Queer Eye guys, I mean, I love them. They actually, I think she could learn from them like how to seem more genuine, because throughout a lot of this documentary, it just doesn't feel like you can emotionally connect with this girl. Like there's many parts of the movie where you're kind of watching her interact with other people, but it seems one-sided. And on top of that, you get like a voiceover of her talking to you, the audience, about something. So you don't get the sense that you can emotionally connect with her, and she's really just telling you what she wants you to know. Something I think that Taylor could learn from Lady Gaga is that when you watch like the Lady Gaga documentary in comparison to Taylor, like Lady Gaga, she builds her team. her team, it's very relaxed. It's not like it's a more relaxed, genuine environment. I felt like when you're watching Taylor interact with her people, it just doesn't really seem, it doesn't seem genuine. It doesn't seem authentic. It seems very contrived, unfortunately. Lady Gaga, she seems to genuinely care about the people that she works with. She hugs them, she laughs with them, and not just them, but she also, connects with her audience. Like, for Lady Gaga's documentary, she literally just had the cameras follow her around. I think that's something Taylor should definitely learn from, to, like, just, don't tell your audience what you want them to know, because, like, I think she was happier when she was younger and like a few years ago as opposed to now. And that happens in life. There's like ebbs and flows. And to be honest, like, if Taylor was right in front of me, I mean, I would recommend this book. This isn't like a plug or anything. Like, this is actually a really good book, because I'm going to tell you guys a few traits that, Taylor really should learn. Don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. That's the first rule on this book. Second, don't give away your power. I feel like, she's been very codependent on her fame, on her fans. And, she had an argument with her father and like a record label about, her politics. So don't give away your power. She's finally learning to not shy away from change. I think that's really important. She's just like in the baby steps of that, but like I think in the next several years she's going to grow past this victim narrative. Don't focus on things you can't control. Oh, don't worry about pleasing one. That's one that really applies to her. Don't fear taking calculated risks. Don't dwell on the past. That's something it's a bunch of clips from like her childhood, so that's definitely something she could learn. Don't make the same mistakes over and over again. Like, she's no longer getting that positive feedback, so she has to create a new feedback loop for herself. I wouldn't say she resents other people's success. Don't give up after the first failure. Don't fear alone time. Don't feel the world owes you anything. Don't expect immediate results. I think that really applies to her. I think she's so used to, in the past, like, because I think the first time she went to the Grammys, she won like 6 Grammys. Like, she had an armful of Grammys. And, I mean, she's becoming like an icon in her own way. I'm kind of like gritting my teeth at that, because I'm not a fan of hers. But, she's really, she's her own musical star. Like, people really like her. I don't think she has to worry about putting out a record and people being like, oh, I hate it. But one thing is for sure, like, if she really wants people to stop hating her, I think she needs to stop, she needs to just be raw and honest with people, and maybe do a Diane Sawyer interview, as opposed to like this contrived documentary. So, that's just my thoughts on it, you guys. And you have a great day. We'll talk again soon. I think I'm going to delve a little bit into Justin and Hailey Bieber. So, yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye!